over here. We are situated in the city of Bet Shemesh, in Ramat Bet Shemesh Daled, and we're going to do a tour of this trail of the Tel Yarmut, also respectively over here. So let's check this out, friends, and let's just see first of all where exactly we are. Now, friends, it's actually in a residential area over here. You can see I'm surrounded. We've got a whole trail right behind me over here. You can see all the archaeology, and this is where the Tel Yarmut is. First of all, it's a walkway over here, and the Sha'ar Ha'ir, this is the city gate. You are now in the southwestern corner of the Tel, where a mighty gate was excavated. Notice how this gate is integrated into the sturdy outer wall. Being a weak point in the fortification system, the gate included several components designed to strengthen it and make it difficult for those entering. Like other parts of the wall, the gate is built of huge heavy stones, so that a strong and massive defense structure is created. A steep ramp climbs up onto the opening to give the defenders of the city the height advantage. The ramp is built as a narrow horseshoe-like curve, forcing any attackers to slow down or be exposed to counter attacks, while squeezing through the narrow passage between the wall and entrance. In the ancient world, gates were very important places in the life of the city, where merchants, guards, judges, prophets, and officials gathered and worked. It's likely that this gate in front of you was also such a bustling place over here. So you can see the archaeology here of Israel, as we're going to walk this trail now, friends, over in biblical Israel at the Tel Yarmut, a tour here in Ramat Bet Shemesh. Look at the views right behind me, friends, as we tour biblical Israel. Over here. A special tour, special edition today. I think it's just been built quite recently. It's an entire trail, friends. You get actually views over here all over Israel. Very special, friends, over here. Very special. The footpaths of the Tel Yarmut over here. Wow, this is extremely special. Footpaths of the Tel Yarmut. So they're actually showing a diagram of the place over here. Walking route maps. They've got an entire walking route map over here. Number one, the city gate, the palace courtyard, observation terrace, gate to the great place courtyard, alley between wall and neighborhood, east neighborhood. Over there, and it goes on. Welcome to Tel Yarmut. Tel Yarmut offers us over here a world of antiquities in every corner. The archaeologists and conservators who worked here have preserved for us a fascinating city from the early Bronze Age period, over 5,000 years ago, including residential quarters where the ancient inhabitants lived, an impressive gate fixed into the mighty wall, and a unique place. All these are embedded within the beautiful landscape neighborhoods of Bet Shemesh. The tour through the ancient city includes a comfortable walking route through lower palace and a more challenging walk to the Acropolis, the upper city also. Very, very interesting over here. Let's check this out. Wow, this is really proper biblical Israel, friends, over here. This city walls over here, we've got the water word section, the earthwork walks. It's proper biblical Israel, friends. I've got a proper trail here, and they've planted like a lot of trees over here. Look at the archaeology of Israel. So we've got a nice roundabout. There's different parts of the trails there. Got different sections. Now I've got a bit of a phobia of animals, so it probably wasn't a smart idea to come here by myself, but yeah, let's check this out in the meantime. Look at the trail itself. Wow, this is beautiful. On this special edition, let's just go through and see the archaeology of Israel. Actually, the other side you can see oaks surrounding the synagogues. It's an entire biblical trail. surrounded by forests over here. Got another part of the park. Let's check this out. It's the East neighborhood, it says over here. Just zoom in. We're going to try and go through the trail here. Go to the different parts. It's an exclusive tour inside the Tel Yarmut here in the city of Bet Shemesh in Ramat Bet Shemesh Dalet. Wow, I'm very, very impressed with this place. Anyone tuning in live, we're in proper biblical Israel in the area of the Tel Yarmut. This is the throne room, Cheder Hakes. The room you are in is one of several palace rooms built in a Rick base. What sets this room apart is its location. In addition to its four walls, the pillar bases found in it, the space continues mud brick benches along the walls and three openings. Thresholds and the remains of the mezuzah and the door were found in these openings. The door to the northwest was deleted at an unknown time and replaced by the door to the east. Over here, Cheder. Wow, you've got more over here, friends. This is, we're in biblical territory, proper biblical territory here. It's amazing. What is this, friends? I just got to be careful that an animal doesn't come. This is a hypo-style hall over here. Wow. It's proper, you wouldn't have thought that this is a proper biblical trail by just looking at the street. We were just in. Very, very interesting. Actually walking in Bible, friends, Bible territory. This is a throne room. So we are touring around this biblical site here in Ramat Bet Shemesh Dalet. An exclusive tour here in Israel. Let's see the archaeology. This area is the cistern, the Boramayim. Over here, all human existence revolves around the water, and certainly in a place like this one finds reference to the issue of water. Indeed, during the excavation, a well-built cistern is over here. Now look at the views of Israel, friends. It's breathtaking. This is the inner courtyard over here, friends. The courtyard was built as an orchard with the palace grounds in a protected location. It was surrounded by rooms, and the wall in the center space is a large wall into which water was drained through channels from the rooftops. Since the entire palace was built in Egyptian style, reasonable to assume that this courtyard was also designed according to the Egyptian gardening tradition. Beautiful. Over here, as we're walking around. Now we've got the palace plan over here, friends. This is what it looks like over the great courtyard, the pebble courtyard itself. Anyone tuning in, we are exploring biblical Israel here in Bet Shemesh, Ramat Bet Shemesh Dalet, to be precise. Check this out, friends. Archaeology of Israel. This is awesome. It's absolutely awesome, friends. Exclusive over here. Here in Ramat Bet Shemesh Dalet, the trail is. Check this out. Rooms and courtyards over here. Chadrei v'chatzrot ha'armon. The real wealth of the palace residence is not reflected only in the size of the rooms or the massiveness of the walls, nor in the ability to use specialized professionals to build the palace. The wealth of the palace's residence is reflected in huge quantities of storage jars that were found smashed on the floor in a significant part of the palace's rooms. These jars must have contained an abundance of different foods, grains, legumes, oil, wine, and like that over there. Wow, this is beautiful, friends. Over here you can see more archaeology over here as it just goes on. We've got like a upper trail. Let's just go inside here first of all. Look at the views. Archaeological Israel, the stones of Israel and biblical Israel. A tour of the famous Tel Yarmut. This happens to be. It's just back towards the entrance area. We didn't go inside here yet. What a place to have a coffee. If one's an ancient Yarmut, there's a map over here. Yarmut Gdoma. This is what it actually looks like. The central wing, the west wing, the east wing, east neighborhood, great courtyard gate. A biblical Yarmut. The city was one of the largest cities to prosper in the land of Israel during the early Bronze Age, about 4,500 years ago. This period was the culmination of the urban revolution in which settlements of a size and density previously known were formed, and in which hundreds and even thousands of residents lived. Most of the inhabitants of the city continued to produce their own food, while alongside them emerged new social strata as professional specialists, rulers, merchants who developed commercial and cultural ties with empires in Egypt and in Mesopotamia. Over here. Wow, what a view, friends. Unfortunately, the original name of this ancient city is unknown, as are the names of other inhabitants and rulers, as with other ancient sites lacking in written finds and historical documentation. It is a silent archaeological evidence that teaches us about the power and importance of the city, mighty fortification systems, a magnificent palace, dense residential neighborhoods, imported items, storage vessels, and more. Beautiful. This is a wall and royal cubit, friends, over here. The palace spread over an area of 6,000 square meters, divided in two parts, a large front plaza and series of halls, rooms and courtyards over here. Complex is surrounded by an impressive brick wall on massive stone foundations. These foundations have survived to this day as laid before us. The wall was strengthened with dentures, which were used to strengthen the perimeter wall. Wow, this is amazing. Friends, we are on biblical Israel over here at the moment. Here, as on an exclusive here on this channel, we're touring biblical Israel. We're getting the views of Israel and so on and so forth. Amazing. Check that out. The mountains. Let's just look at the view over here. The scenic panorama of the Tel Yarmut. Wow, what a view. It's just a map over here. As we're exploring the Tel Yarmut. The Palace of Yarmut is divided in three wings. Central inner courtyard, the west wing, eastern and smallest wing. And there's different organizational maps over here. Wow, what a view, friends. Beautiful. So I think we'll conclude it here. Hope this was informative, friends, and enjoy the special tour of the famous Tel Yarmut in Bet Shemesh. Amazing. Of biblical Israel.